What's up, good people, and welcome to another Morning Money Motivation. I hope you are doing extremely well, and if not, I hope that we can change that in the coming moments. Today, I want to talk about the topic of things that will destroy you if you're not careful. And these things are things that we all do, we all know of, we all, indulge in, we all try to maneuver around from time to time, but they are things that will destroy you. They will destroy your finances, they will destroy your health, and they will destroy your freedoms if you are not careful. The first of these things is procrastination. And it's a serious thing to do, not just because it gets us behind in the things that we want to achieve from a success standpoint, but the real danger of procrastination is lost time. You cannot get your time back. The time that you spend procrastinating or, not doing what you love, not doing your passion, not doing the things that are going to propel you forward to where you want to be, you are losing that time and you cannot get that time back. So procrastination is a time killer. It's a time killer. And we sit down sometimes and we have the things on our mind that we know are going to improve our lives. We have the things on our minds that we know are going to get us where we need to be. And in that split second, in that moment, we second guess what we're going to do in the time that we have, and we start to procrastinate. We start to think about all the little busy work things that we can do to take the place of the real things that are going to move the needle in our lives. And it's such a tragedy. It's such a fear-driven thing. I think procrastination is the manifestation of fear. That's what it is to me. I think we procrastinate. The main reason we procrastinate is because we are afraid to succeed or fail at what we're doing. So we start to create all these scenarios, create all these other things that are masking our fear, masking the real fear of success and failure. Because if we don't procrastinate, we're going to go on a path of having to realize the thing that we're thinking about or the things that we're thinking about doing. We have to actually start to exercise those steps in our life that get us to either a place of failing or a place of succeeding. And those two extremes can be terrifying at times and really catapult us to a place of, you know what? I'm gonna procrastinate. I'm just gonna think about, all this other stuff that I could be doing so that I don't have to, exercise my real dreams and my real passions. I've seen in my lifetime people who are very, very talented, very, very, driven at what they do, or very skilled at what they do. And I've seen them be so terrified of success that it's petrifying. It just causes them not to act on the things that they are just extremely good at, and extremely well versed in. They're always on the verge of becoming the greatest at something or the greatest that they could ever be, and really realizing what they call their goal of success in that thing. And I've seen that fear grip them so badly that they start to procrastinate anytime that they get close to achieving their goals. Now, the next thing that is a killer is comparing yourself to others. It is a true dream killer. Do not compare yourself to others. Comparing yourself to others is such a harmful thing you can do at any stage of your life, because it really prevents you from seeing your strengths and seeing your capabilities and understanding how your growth works. Everybody has to grow to a certain level of, doing whatever they do. When no one is just born doing everything well. It's just not going to happen. Anything that you do well, you're going to have to work at it. And most times what happens is people start to compare what they're doing and their achievements and their understanding of something with someone else. And that is a killer. No matter how good you are at something, no matter how hard you work at something, you're always going to be behind because your accomplishments aren't going to be your own. You're not going to have your own accomplishments because you're always going to be looking at who you think is better or farther along than you and saying, okay, next time I have to do this so that I can outdo this person. And you might not say that to yourself. You might not say that out loud, but the subtext, the underlying, thing that is happening while you're comparing, even if it's, in your head, that's what it is. You are constantly saying to yourself, I'm not good enough. I haven't achieved what they have achieved. So I need to do better because I need to get to that point. And you will constantly chase your success. You will constantly chase your outcomes. Your own outcomes are yours. Your outcomes are your own. You don't need to compare yourself to anyone. Compare yourself to yourself. That's how you get better. That's how you become better. You become better at what you're doing. You say to yourself, oh, I can do this better than I did it last time. I see where I did this right here, and now I need to do this. Now, there's nothing wrong with understanding and appreciating the skill and dedication and level that someone else has put into their craft or whatever they've done. There's nothing wrong with that. You can do that and you can understand and you can grow and learn from that. You can always learn from the things that others have done. I encourage that. We all encourage that. But what is wrong is when you start to compare where you are on your journey with where someone else is, especially someone else who has already achieved where you're trying to go. Don't compare yourself to that person. They have been working at that probably far longer, or whatever situation, aptitude, or wherever they are with it, they have achieved their level of success at that. That's okay. Appreciate it, learn from it, and move in the spirit of what you are doing. Move at your pace. Stop comparing yourself to others. Now, the other thing that is an absolute killer in your life is getting to the point where you feel that you have learned it all, that you know everything there is to learn about what you're trying to do. That is when you die at what you're doing. That is the killer of dreams. That is the killer of sustainability and growth in what you're doing. You will never reach a point where you need to stop learning and stop growing at what you're doing. Never get to the point where you feel, okay, I know everything there is about this. I'm the best because I know everything there is about what I'm doing. Never get to that point. Always seek out further knowledge. Always be open to the possibility that you don't know everything there is to know about what you're doing. Because then that will allow you to see the possibilities, see the new possibilities of growth that will present themselves, because they do. They always present themselves. There's always an opportunity to grow at what you're doing, and it will arise and present itself. And if you are thinking you already know, you're going to see that as a confrontation and not an opportunity. And that's what happens. We see those moments where we can grow because there's a new piece of knowledge or a new piece of whatever it is. It can even be a person that, you may see and see them as someone that is beneath you in terms of their growth and understanding of a particular thing or discipline. But that person still may have the missing piece to offer to you to grow you at what you're doing, and you won't see it because you're at a point where you feel like you know everything there is about what you're doing. Never get to that point. Never stop learning. Never stop learning. Never stop seeking out new information. I don't care what it is. It can be, from a financial standpoint, it can be in your health. It can be, just in your understanding of life and how you should live your life and be enriched and fulfilled in your life. Whatever it is, whatever the situation is, do not get to the point where you feel like you know it all and there's nothing else anyone can offer to you, especially if you feel they're not on your level. I hope this has been extremely helpful for someone. And until we talk again, I wish you health, wealth, and freedom.